Alright, in the last video, the floppy drive quit working. So let's start by unplugging everything from this computer. Flip it over. The heads could use a little bit of cleaning. Alright, so a little alcohol. I'm gonna put it in a little bowl so I don't contaminate my alcohol. Don't need a lot. The more you pour in the bowl, the more you're gonna waste. I just accidentally poured too much. But anyway, you can see just about everything I've got is going to need some retrowriting. And I didn't realize this computer needed, well, not terribly dusty, but it's going to need some attention. Even though I had it completely covered up. Alright, you don't want your swab to be completely doused. And you just want to carefully and gently clean the heads. There's two of them. One on top and one on the bottom. They're not too bad, but overall the drive isn't too terrible. Got all that taken care of. Slide this back together, and hopefully I remember where to put all the screws. If not, I'll be stopping and re-watching some video. Alright, so far so good. There's a little teeny tiny screw that goes in the top. Get my magnet and put it on this other screwdriver. A little black screw goes in the top here. Wow, I got that in the right place. Alright, so these little machine screws, or fine thread screws, will go in here. No, not the fine ones. The coarse, a little tiny coarse thread, because it's plastic. It's metal going into plastic, so it's usually coarse. Yeah, that's perfect. Find the other coarse thread screw. Put it on the other side. Alright, now put the faceplate back on. Clicks. It hooks at the top. And then you slide these clips into place. Hooks. Come on now, don't. You can cooperate, you're allowed to cooperate. Okay, I guess those are little clips too. So that's back on. Now I gotta put this back on right. It's got these little slides. And they slide in like that. And then these they're fine thread screws. Go on the side, and they're too little for my fat fingers. So, magnet screwdriver it is. I'm using a PH0 for these screws. That one's an Expert. I buy that from Mac Tools. That's their other line. Mac Tools is actually owned by Stanley. So Expert is basically a Stanley tool. And you buy it on the Mac truck. Alright. So just set that down for a minute. That's kind of cool. I'll do a take apart on this machine. It's supposed to have the 1 meg upgrade. I bought it separately. Didn't buy the computer and the motherboard, and I bought the case. with the keyboard, or I bought an empty case with everything except for the main board, and put a 1040, I think it might have been 1040 ST, it might have been a 520, but regardless, a 1040 is just basically a 520. It's just got the 1 meg RAM upgrade. Alright, so pull this back in. There's no frame. I remember people bending. Oh, I changed my floppy drive out, but now it doesn't work. And I pull the pin or the cable, and they bent one end or the other. Alright, there's a little standoff over here that you gotta make sure the floppy drive goes into. And it's right here. I've done this before, so it can't be too hard. There's also a catch over here on the side of the case. Help line it up. That was the screw here. Of course, case screw, interior screw. And go right in as long as you line it up. Alright, let's take a moment. Pick everything up. Power. Alright, moment of truth. Floppy drive seems to be working, computer seems to be booting. forget that use your Alt keys and your arrow keys to move the cursor around. Do that, and let's put a floppy disk in. And alternate double tap insert. Alright, it's working again. It wasn't working last video. So that's all it needed, thank goodness. I do have another one of these computers. I think it's a 520, at least the case is, outside. May have to do the same thing when I pull it out. So anyway, thank you for watching, and hopefully soon, I know I got these Atari videos going right now, but hopefully soon I'll have everything I need to finish the Atari Amiga 1000. Then we'll get started back to the Amiga 2000, get it assembled and get it running, and then I have to get a PCIe USB card to use my main computer, because I want to show Grease Weasel working on Windows 11. I know it works on Windows 10 easily. I used it on my Dell over here. So there is something that, yeah, I've got to do that. The Amiga 1000 waiting on a processor. The Amiga 2000, I think I've got everything, but I want to finish the 1000 first so I can pack it up. I don't have a lot of space to work with. I'm actually really jam-packed right now. But anyway, finish the 1000, make sure it's working. Boots, goes to Workbench. Try a game on it, then I'll pack it up. Pack up the 1084S monitor and bring out one of my regular RGB monitors. I'll find an RGB cable for this computer, which will also work with the other Atari, and should also work with, well, I've already got an RGB cable for the Amiga, so I don't have to worry about that. I've got 2 or 3 different kinds, so we're good there. So there we go. I'll see you next video. Thank you for watching.